Marcus, do you agree with the assessment that fans are getting a lesser product and an eroding product because the players can sit out, or did you already answer that earlier when you're saying, hey, the league is healthy, or do you think that hurts a fan that's Ani mentioned earlier, that makes it harder money, the tickets are very expensive, and Brandon mentioned that too. Hey, man, why am I going to
Yeah.
game when they're sitting out? What's your assessment there?
Well,
Yeah,
again, I'll give you a quick story. I was in Milwaukee. We were playing the Sixers one night,
yeah,
and myself and Brian Winters and maybe Junior Bridge and Bob Lanier, we were all hurt, legitimately hurt, and we
sure.
weren't playing. And so it was a sellout at the Mecca, just over 11,000 people. And so we're walking toward the floor, and which one of the Buck executives, I won't mention his name, and I kind of mentioned to him like, man, it's too bad we're all sitting out, all these fans coming to see us play against Dr. J and the Sixers. And his response to me was, F them, it's a sellout, you know. And so and it was kind of said in jest, but the idea is there that it's a bottom line business. The game was already sold
Mhm.
out. Now, do I feel like the fans get shortchanged if there's a load management game and LeBron doesn't play
Sure.
and it's going to play in a city that he's only going to appear in once? I mean, you got to feel for the fans like that. I wish there was
Mhm.
something that could be done about that. But overall, I mean, Kawhi Leonard, for example, when he set out the 22 games with Toronto the year they won the NBA championship, I think they went 17-5. They were criticized because that was when load management was first kind of really thrust into the national scene. Now, that being said, the Lakers back in the late 80s sat out Magic and Coop and somebody else against Portland, final game of the season as a rest game. They got
Sure.
fined 50 grand by the league for the integrity of the game and all that. So, I mean, this stuff has been around. But Kawhi Leonard, my point with him is that he sat out 22 games coming off a sore knee or whatever it was that was bothering him. But
Yeah.
you saw his effectiveness in the playoffs. So it's almost like, okay, he sat out the 22 games in the regular season, but it was worth it because what he was able to give
Mhm.
us, those 60 plus the playoffs, it made sense that he needed to be at his best, and that for him to be at his best, he had to rest his body. And so
Mhm.
it's a different era. I mean, back then we played through, bad sore knees and twisted ankles and bone spurs and bad hips and the whole shot, bad backs. Myself get injections like it was going out of style of cortisone or whatever it took to deaden the pain, and you just to get out there. It's a different era right now, and I respect these guys for understanding that it's longevity. You
Mhm.
want to feel good about yourself in your 50s and 60s and 40s, 10, 15 years after you retire, and you don't want to kill yourself and beat your body down just to a point where you're almost a cripple when you get through with this game. So I can see
Mhm.
both sides of it.